Then second, between member and species, Chaitanyam does not come under any species relationship. And therefore, for the Chaitanyam species, Jadam cannot be a member. For the Jadam species, Chaitanyam cannot be a member. Therefore, you cannot have, none of them can be a species, none of them can be a member also. Therefore, you cannot have Jati Vyakti Sambandha also. Then can you have the relationship of actor and agent? That is also not possible, because Chaitanyam is neither action nor agent. Chaitanyam is not an action nor an agent. And lastly, Avayava Avayavi. Chaitanyam is neither Avayavam, is neither a part of a thing, nor is it an Avayavi, because Niravayavatvat. It is neither the whole. It is neither a limb, nor is it limbed. Neither limb nor limb. Okay, this is just technically arguing, that is all. So in short, since Chaitanya Jadayoho Guna Gunyadishu Anyatamatva Abhavat, since it did not, if you read the Bhashyam portion, they will say like that. Since the Chaitanyam and Jadam cannot be either Guna Guni or Avayava Avayavi or Kriya or Kriya Kriyavad or Avayava Avayavi, Guna Guni or Enache? That's Avayava Avayavi. Jati Vyakti. So either Guna Guni, Jati Vyakti, Avayava Avayavi or Kriya Kriyavad. Since none of them, it is Samavaya Sambandha also is not possible. So Samyoga Sambandham Bochi, Samavaya Sambandham Bochi. And then the third Sambandha that Nayayika talk about is Tadatmya Sambandha, total identity. This being that and that being this. It is just like ice and jalam. What is the sambandha? Ice is water, water is ice. They are not two things. Therefore, tadatmya means what? Tadeva atma surupam esya. Idanodu surupanda adu, adanodu surupanda idu. In fact, between Jivatma and Paramatma, if you ask what is the sambandha, we will say tadatmya. Idudha adu nartha. So, Tadeva, Jivatma is the Swarupam of Paramatma, Paramatma is the Swarupam of Jivatma. Tadeva Tvam, Tvameva Tade. What is that? Total identity. That is called Tadatmyam. Can you have Tadatmya Sambandha between Chit and Jadam? My God. Atyanta Viruddha Swabhavatvad, Tamah Prakashavad Viruddha Swabhavayoho Madhye Katham Tadatmyaha Samsargaha va bhavet anga patonama. Therefore, Tadatmya Sambandhaha api na. It is also not possible. Tadatmya means total identity also is not possible. What is the reason? Being opposites. So, Samyoga Sambandha is not possible because they have no parts. Samavaya Sambandha is not possible because it does not fulfill the conditions for Samavaya Sambandha. Then Tadatmya Sambandha is not possible because they are completely opposite in nature. And one more Sambandha they look into, but that is Visheshana Visheshya Sambandha, they say. That also is not possible, but that also we need not go into here. So these three Sambandhas that we will keep. For in short, since no Sambandha is possible, both cannot be of the same degree of reality. If both enjoy the same degree of reality, It must have either samyoga sambandha, or samavaya sambandha, or tadatmya sambandha. So since none of them is possible, both cannot enjoy the same degree of reality, and therefore only sambandha possible must be a sambandha between a real thing and an unreal thing. Two reals are knocked off. So therefore the sambandha must be between one real and another apparent. And this sambandha is called adhyasa sambandha. Satyanrite mithuni kritya. One should be satyam, another should be mithya. Anda sambandha irukku. Like our Rajju and Sarpa, what sambandha? Samyogam va, samavayaha va, tadatmyam va. Think panni parungo. Between Rajju Sarpa, samyoga is not possible. Between Rajju and Sarpa, our Rajju Sarpa. Between the Rajju and the other Sarpa, you can have samyoga. Or you can tie a Sarpa with a Rajju, there samyoga sambandha is possible. But between our Sarpa and Rajju, samyoga is not possible, samavaya is not possible, tadatmyam is of course not possible. Then what is the sambandha? That sambandha Nayyayika Shastrathile kadayadu. Adhyasa sambandha Nayyayika doesn't know at all. Because he doesn't know Paramarthikam Brahma, enna pandrathu Shruti Pramanam illiyo. Since he doesn't have Shruti Pramana, he doesn't know this Adhyasa sambandha. So it is a unique sambandha introduced in Vedanta. Nayyayika sambandha, none of them will fit in. Therefore, he says, Chit sambandha api adhyasad vina na. So the chit sambandha, the relationship of the chit. With what? Achita, that we have to supply. Achita, with an inert thing. So the relationship of the chit with an inert thing. Na means is not possible except through what? Adhyasad rite, except through adhyasam, superimposition. Superimposition jana achit is superimposed on chit. So therefore adhyasa sambandha I have understood. For consciousness is superimposed on jadam, you cannot say. Because consciousness can never be superimposed. Why? Why, Terima? Because the superimposer must be there who will be already conscious. So if consciousness must be superimposed, before superimposition consciousness should not be there. And if it is not there, who will be there to superimpose consciousness? Inert cannot superimpose consciousness because superimposition has to be done by whom? Chetanam alone. Therefore, consciousness cannot be superimposed on inert by inert, but only inert can be superimposed on consciousness. And therefore, what? Adhyasadrite chit sambandha achita na sambhavati. And the moment adhyasa sambandha, I say, you should understand, one is satyam, another is mithya. That is, chit is satyam, ajit is mithya. Then this is all taken for granted. Okay. So therefore, chit is satyam and ajit is mithya. And if one is satyam and another is mithya, mithya should not be counted. It does not have a vote. Mithya does not have a vote. It cannot be counted. At least other people will get vote later, but mithya will never get vote. After some time, 18 vayasu kazhinja allam kadiyadu. or 21, sorry. So, Mithya after 21 years will become Satyam and all. No. Mithya is permanently Mithya. And therefore what? Achit cannot be counted. Therefore, how many things are there now? Chit. Apram. Therefore, Tena Aham Advayaha. Therefore, I am non-dual. Na kevalam sarvagataha. Parantu Advayascha. Okay, just one point I will tell and stop. If I am Advaya, if Brahman has to be there, if Brahman has to survive, Brahman can survive only as identical with me. Brahman enna vittu poidana. If Brahman goes different from me, it will fall under what group? Mithya group. If poor Brahman has to survive as Satyam, it should come to join my party, Chit. Therefore we say, Brahman is Advayaha because Brahman is identical with me. Therefore, Brahma Advayam, Ahamapi Advayaha, Tasmat Aham Brahma. Okay, enough. We will continue in the next class. Satvam Narte Bhanam Chito Chitaha Chittam Bandhopi Nadhyasat Rite Te Nahamadvajaha. In the last two shlokas, Sarvagatatvam and Advayatvam of Atma was established. Sarvagatatvam means all pervasiveness, and Advayatvam means non-duality. And to establish both, he took the help of the Chaitanyam nature of the Atma. Chit Swarupam of the Atma was taken to establish both of them. So the logic was straight and simple. Everything being Jadam, they cannot be Swaprakasham. Whereas we find all the objects are known to us. Sarvam Prakashate. And how do you establish that Sarvam Prakashate? How do you say that everything is shining? Because Sarvam Asti iti Jnayamanatvat. When you say a thing is, to say a thing is, it must be known to us. Yadi na prakashate tarhi asti ityapi vaktum na shakyate. So, yad asti, we have a wonderful vyapti. Yad asti, tat prakashate. Yadi prakashaha nasti, tarhi astitvam Sampadayitum na shakyate. You can never say it is. Therefore, from the astitvam of the object, we came to bhanatvam or prakashatvam of the object. So whatever object is, that object is shining as Ghata Jnanam. If Ghata Satta must be established, Ghata Jnanam must be established. This is the step of argument. If it Ghata Satta, then you have to talk about Ghata Jnanam. And once you come to Ghata Jnanam, what is the next step? In the statement Ghata Jnanam, the Jnanam does not belong to Ghataha. Therefore, in Ghata Jnanam, the Jnanam must be borrowed. In Pata Jnanam, Jnanam must be borrowed. So from Pataha Asti to Pata Jnanam, and from Pata Jnanam you go to borrowed Jnanam. And if the Jnanam is borrowed, the only borrowable place, the only place where it can borrow is what? Not anything in the universe, anything is Jadam. The only Chaitanyam is Aham, the Atma. Even to say Ishvaraha Asti, Advaitanodu kurumbu paadunga. So to say Ishvaraha Asti, even Ishvara Jnanam Apekshitam. And the moment Ishvaraha is, Ishvara Jnanam is there. And again that Jnanam goes from where? I have to say Ishvaraha Asti. If Ishvara happens to be Chaitanyam, if Ishvara is myself, he can save his face. The moment Ishvara becomes Anatma, Ishvarasya Astitvam api mat tantram bhaved will depend on me. In short, anything other than me enjoys existence because of Chaitanya Sambandham, and that Chaitanyam is myself. Therefore, I have Sambandha with every blessed thing in the creation. Tasmat Sarvagaha. And in the next sloka, it was a technical one. He established that Sambandha between Chaitanyam and Jadam cannot be any one of the normal Sambandhas. The normal Sambandha is possible only when both enjoy the same degree of reality. And between Chaitanyam and Jadam, since no normal Sambandha is possible, they must have some abnormal Sambandha. Abnormal na Nyaya Shastrathila kadayadu nartham. So abnormal Sambandha means it cannot be found in Nyaya Shastra. Samyogaha, Samavayaha, Sadatnyam, these Sambandha alone they talk about, because they talk about the Sambandha between two Vyavaharika Vastus, and therefore it will be fine. But such will not help in Chaitanyam and Jadam, because both are not in the same plane. Chaitanyam happens to be Paramarthikam. And therefore what is the Sambandha? Adhyasa Sambandha or Satya Mithya Sambandha. Of course, Chaitanyam Satyam, Jadam Mithya. Thirupi potudaanga. Okay, adunala unak enna kadachadu? What do you get out of it? Why do you seem to revel in Mithyatvam? Why is Advaitin very particular about Jagan Mithya? Advaitin is very particular about Jagan Mithya because if Jagat is accepted as Satyam, Advaitin will no more be Advaitin. And therefore, Chaitanyasya Advaitatva Siddhaye. If the non-duality of Chaitanyam has to be established, the Mithyatvam, the falsity, the empiricity, empirical reality. Okay. Of the world has to be established, and that's what he said, Chit Sambandhaha api Adhyasa Dhrute. And therefore, I am Satyam, and any number of Dvaitam is Mithya. Therefore, I am unaffected. So thus, I am Sarvagataha and I am Advayaha. And then we will have to go back to our original topic. Brahma api Sarvagatam Advayam. I am also Sarvagataha Advayaha. Tasmat Aham Brahma Asmi. Okay. Now continuing. Nadeho nendriyam chaham na prano na mano na dhihi mamata parirabdhatvatin akridatvadidam dhiyaha. Now, Purvapakshi. Now, in Anumana, they talk about variety of doshas, and one such dosha is known as Sat Pratipaksha dosha, a counter Anumanam. That is, if I give one Anumanam, if the opposite party gives a counter Anumanam, it is called what? Sat Pratipaksha. And he will give Anumanam. And what is the beauty in this Anumanam? Whatever I establish, whatever is my sadhyam, he will give just the opposite Anumanam. His conclusion will be opposite to my conclusion. Only then it will be called Sat Pratipaksham. When the opposite party gives an Anumanam in which the conclusion is just opposite to the first conclusion, then alone it is called Sat Pratipaksha. I will give you an example. Suppose I say, Dvaitam Anityam. Now, Anumanam solran vechungola. It is an example. Dvaitam Anityam. Jnana Badhyatvad Sarpavat. You can understand. Dvaitam Anityam. Duality is impermanent. And what is the logic I give? Jnana Badhyatvat. Because it is negated by knowledge. An example is what? Rajju Sarpavati. Just as by knowledge, our Rajju Sarpa Namatika. Our Sarpa goes away similarly. So what is my conclusion? Dvaitam is Anityam. Now suppose the Purvapakshi gives an opposite Anumanam. I will give you an example. Dvaitam Nityam. This is called Satpratipaksha Anumanam, the counter Anumanam I am giving, Dvaitam Nityam. Na Anityam Sonna, avan Nityam gra. So Dvaitam Nityam. Anaditvat. Anaditvat Brahmavad. Clean. Parango. No buddhi parango. Anaditvat Brahmavad. He is also giving Anumanam. I also give Anumanam. He also gives a logic. I also give a logic. He also comes to a conclusion. I also come to a conclusion. This is called Sat Pratipaksha Anumanam. In this always one will be fallacious. Both cannot be true because opposite ideas cannot be true. Dvaitam has to be either Nityam or Anityam. Therefore, in the Sat Pratipaksha Anumanam, there is a dosha. That dosha we will have to point out. It will be seemingly correct. Okay, I hope. Therefore, first Anumanam is mind. Dvaitam, Anityam, Jnana Nashyatvat, Rajya Sarpavati. What is Satpratipaksha Anumanam? Dvaitam, Nityam, Anaditvat, Brahmavati. Then what we have to say is, you are wrong because Anaditvat Brahmavati, when you say, you think that whatever is Anadi will be Nityam. You have got a funny idea that Yad Anadi Tat Nityam. But it is not correct. Because what is the rule? Yad Anadi Satyam Tadeva Anandam. Yad Anadiyum Satyamagavum irundhatha Anandam solla mudiyum. Anadi and Mithya irundhal, it will not be Nityam. Therefore your Vyasti is wrong. This is how we dismiss the Satpratipaksha. Anyway, I am not interested in the second part. I am only interested in introducing this word, Satpratipaksha Anumanam. How we tackle that problem is a different thing. Satpratipaksha Anumanam. Similarly here, what have I established? Aham Brahma. Brahma Lakshanatvat. This is what I have established till now. And for this Anumanam of mine, the Purva Pakshi is going to say a counter Anumanam. So therefore, whatever I have established, he will, Purva Pakshi enna vela? He sits only to counter me. To check me like a bird. Purva Pakshi has a okay, what does he say? He says, Aham na Brahma. So now Brahman solirukana. So he says, Aham na Brahma. Why? Parichinna dehatvena anubhuyamanatva. Parichinna dehatvena anubhuyamanatva. Because I experience myself as the limited body. Ghatavati. Gatanda irukku ellathukku saurava. Because Ghatam is experienced by me. And how do I experience as a limited entity? And therefore Ghatam is limited. Yad yad yena rupena anubhuyate tat tat tena rupena eva vartate. So if I experience thought as a limited thing, my conclusion is what? Thought is limited. If I see the mic as a limited thing, it is limited. Because pratyaksha pramana siddham tadi. Similarly, anubhava pramanena, by my own experience, I feel that I am seated in this place. I am only this much area, however vast the area that I may cover, it will not be sarvagatatvam. And therefore, what is the satpratipaksha anumanam? Aham na Brahma. I am not Brahman. Why? Parichinna dehatvena anubhuyamanatvat. And what is the drishtanta? Ghatavati. So what should I do? It is not enough that I should establish my anumanam. If there is any counter anumanam, I have to dismiss that. Otherwise, my knowledge will be doubtful. Shanka dushitam bhave. Enge ella satpratipaksham anumanam irundadana, it will be always doubtful. Therefore, opposite anumanam I should not allow. I have to demolish that. Okay. And therefore, what should I do now? I have to establish that I am not the body. I am not the body. I am not the prana. I am not the mind. Because this argument was, I am experiencing myself as limited body. Then we have to establish what you experience is not yourself. When you experience as a limited entity, you are experiencing only the body which is different from you. Therefore, in the following slokas, we are going to establish that body is not yourself. Mind is not yourself, prana is not yourself, and therefore Satpratipaksha is not there at all. So very simple sloka. Introduction only looks difficult. Slokam simple. What is that? Aham na dehaha. What is the meaning? No, aham na dehaha. For all Sanskrit scholars now, aham na dehaha. I am not the body. Aham na indriyam. I am not the sense organ. Aham na pranaha. I am not the prana. Aham na manaha. I am not the mind. So Annamaya Koshaha, Pranamaya Koshaha, Manomaya Koshaha, none of them I am. Nadhihi. Dhihi means what? Buddhi, Vijnanamaya Kosha. I am not Buddhi also. Okay. And what is the logic? What is the hetu for that? He gives two reasons. One is Mamata Parirabdhatvat. Parirabdhaha literally means embraced. Here it means associated with. Since these four, body, sense organs, these five, body, sense organs, prana, mind and intellect, all these five are associated with mamata. Mamata means what? The notion of mind. Mamakara vishayatvat. That's the artham. Mamakara vishayatvat. Because it is an object for or of mamata, mindness. Mamakara. Okay? How does this prove it? Very simple. Whatever is mamakara vishayaha is different from me. My house is different from me. My wife is different from me. My children are different from me. If there is any doubt, you put the word dog. My dog has to be different from me. And the vishayathila sandeham vanda, replace with dog or donkey, then we will have no doubt at all. So, yate mamakara or mama pratyaya vishayaha tate mattaha bhinnaha. And here also, madiyam shariram, madiya prana, madiyam manaha, madiyam ajnanam. Indiyo katamadirko? It is tattva bodha. So therefore, madiyam shariram, madiya prana, madiyam manaha. My body is fat, my mind, my senses, my intellect. In all these things, since I use the word my, it is only mat sambandhi. It is only associated with me, and therefore it must be different from me. I cannot be associated with myself. One man association is not possible. I don't know whether in government it is possible, but one man association is not possible. Therefore, mamata parilabdhatvat, since it is embraced by mamakara. And the second reason also he gives, he need not give, but just for what he calls thuna nikhanana nyayena, to what he calls strengthen the logic, to confirm it. He says, akridatvad idam dhiyaha. And akridatvat means it is the sporting ground. Akridaha means a garden, playground, a recreation place is called akrida. A samanta krida yasmin saha akridaha. Tasya bhavaha akridatvam tasmat. So these five are only the playground. All putting in a roundabout way. Playground for what? Idam dhiyaha. Idam dhihi means this notion. The notion of this. So this is only another poetical language for putting idam kara vishayaha. Minnal enna sonar? Mamakara vishayaha. Now he says that idam kara vishayaha. This body is the object of the notion this, because we refer this body idam shariram kaunteya kshetramityabhidhiyate. So idam is pratyaksha vishayam. It is very clear object of knowledge. And prana is the object of knowledge, the mind is object of knowledge, and all of them we intimately and closely know, and therefore it is idam pratyaya yogyaha, yushmat pratyaya yogyaha, to use Brahma Sutra language. Natu asmat pratyaya yogyaha, parantu yushmat pratyaya yogyaha eva. So therefore, the body has got body, etc. Or let us put in a simple language, the entire anatma has got association with the mamakara and idankara. The entire anatma or panchakosha has got, it is embraced by mamakara and idankara. See, this author Even though he is a great Advaitin, he has been what? Lakshmi Dhara Kavi. The Kavi Vasanai, Kavyatala, Parirambhanam, embracing, sporting, these are all Kavya language. Sringara Grantha alone, such things can occur. But his Advaitathila embracing ke very life, because Advaitam, who will embrace whom? But you see the glory of this Kavi, somehow or the other, he manages to bring Akrida, Parirambhanam, etc., even in Advaita. You cannot, Vasana cannot be. And the beauty, you see what, embrace, it is Anatma. Anatma is Pullinga. And Mamata, Mamakaraha he didn't put. Mamata is Strilinga. So therefore Mamata, Sri also is there. Atma, Puman also is there. Similarly, Idam Karaha he does not use. Idam Dhi, that is also Strilinga. Therefore, he cannot leave this because that old Vasanas are there. But anyway, it works, therefore we leave him. Therefore, Mamata Parirabdhasvat, being embraced by Mamakara and being the sporting ground of Idankara, this fellow is not a single samsari. Anatma must be double samsari. One is Mamata wife and another is Idandhihi. How can it be Brahman? It will be solid samsari only. So Anatma is the samsari, but Atma is not embraced by Mamata. Atma is not embraced by Idandhihi. So Atma is Sannyasi. Therefore Brahman. Anatma is not. Okay. So therefore the essence of this sloka is what? Panchakosha Vyatiriktaha Atma. Tattva Bhorathila Simbala Patadana, we only put in a very, very elaborate way, that's all. Continuing. Sakshi Sarvanvita Prejan Aham Naham Kadachana Parinama Paricheda Paritapairupaplavatim. Okay. Now Purva Pakshi comes. Now he says, you are in trouble. So what did you say? Whatever is Mamakara Vishayaha and whatever is Idankara Vishayaha is only Anatma. And what about Ahankaraha? I Pratyayam. The Ahankaraha, the ego, the subject, the Pramata is called Ahankaraha. Now he says, Ahankaraha must be Atma. According to your own logic, if I take Ahankaraha must be Atma. Why? Because Ahankaraha is not Mamakara Vishayam. Body is Mamakara Vishayam, therefore Anatma. Prana is Mamakara Vishayam, therefore Anatma. But Ahankara is not Mamakara Vishayam. Ennudaya Ahankaram solla vazhiyilla. Because solra vanda Ahankaram. Therefore Ahankaraha na Mamakara Vishayaha. Okay. Then is it Idamkara Vishaya? Ahankara can never be objectified by you. Therefore, it is not even the object of Idam Vritti. So, Ahankara is neither the object of mama vritti, nor is it the object of idam vritti. Whatever is object of mamakara and idankara is anatma. Ahankara is neither the object of mamakara and idankara, therefore ahankaraha must be atma. Suppose I say ishtam, I agree with that. What will happen? Suppose I agree. Now the moment I agree ahankaraha is atma, ahankara is parichinnaha or aparichinnaha. Ahankara is here only. It is only in the antahkaranam. And therefore ahankara being parichinna, atma also will become what? Parichinnaha. So if we accept ahankara as atma, atma will become parichinna. Parichinna means what? I'm using Sanskrit words taking for granted. Parichinna means limited. Ama irukattume. The moment I accept that atma is parichinna, what will happen? What will happen? You are not Brahman. So the basic foundation, the very purpose of the grantha will be defeated. The moment I accept I am ahankaraha, then he will, next statement will be what? Tvam na brahma ahankara rupena parichinnatvat ghatavat. You are not Brahman because you only agreed that you are ahankara. Why you are ahankara, not mamakara vishaya or idankara vishaya, and therefore you are finished. Now what we have to establish? Aham na ahankaraha. Very crucial. Aham na ahankaraha api. Enakku karame kadayadu. I am sweet only. This is what we have to establish, and that is what exactly the author does. In the 9th shloka, he says, Aham kadachana na aham. Then the aham irukku parunga. Aham, first aham refers to atma. Aham atma kadachana na aham. The second aham means what? Ahankaraha. So aham kadachana. Kadachana means what? At any time. Not that jnana anantaram jivan muktaha eva na ahankaraha samsarinaha sarve ahankaraha eva iti na. Sarvada sarvatha aham na aham. I am not the ahankara. Why? He has to give the logic. He gives the reason. Parinama, paricheda, paritapaihi, upaplavat. The whole line is the hetu. Upaplavat means it is affected by. It is attacked by, affected by, afflicted by. What? 3 doshas. What are they? Parinamaha. Parinamaha means what? Don't write Parimanaha, also correct. And the artham varum inge Parinamaha means modification, vikaraha. Then parichedaha. Parichedaha means what? Limitation, finitude. And the third one is what? Paritapaha. Paripataha சரியா வரும். Patahana விழுந்து இருக்கிறான், அது எப்போது விடுறான் இல்லையா? So paritapaha. Tapaha means what? Sorrow. Paritaha tapaha. இங்க பார்த்தாலும் கவலை என்னத்தான். வீட்டுக்கு வந்தா கவலை, ஆபீஸுக்கு வந்தா கவலை, பஸ்ஸுக்கு போனா கவலை. So paritaha tapaha paritapaha. So ahankara has got all these problems. It is always subject to modification. Aham shrota. Next moment aham drashta. Next moment aham vijnata. Then now he is aham vishwaha. Next moment aham taijasaha. And most of the time prajnaha. So therefore, he is all the time changing. Parinama. Then parichedaha, it is limitation, you know. Aham purushaha, aham stri. Any adjective he gives, it is only limitation. Okay, limitation spatially, desha wise I am here, kala wise I am temporary, and third one is what? Vastu also, the guna wise also I am limited by my own virtues and vices. Therefore, desha, kala, vastu, paricheda sahitaha, and lastly, paritapaihi. Paritapaha means adhyatmika, adi bhautika, adi daivika. Personal problems, social problems. So adhyatmika, that is all you know. Therefore I don't want to explain. Adhyatmika, adi bhautika, and adi daivika, dukkaihi, paritapaihi, upaplavad, ahankara is associated. Okay? So what? If the ahankara is associated with all these things, how do you say it is not Atma? Because what is the nature of the Atma? He gives the nature of the Atma in the first line. The nature of Aham, the nature of Ahankara, we have said now. The nature of Aham is what? Sakshi. Sakshi means what? Sakshi. Sakshi is witness. And the word witness, Lakshanaya, it should be understood as Nirvikaraha. Because witness should be always changelessly present. Ahankara is associated with Parinama, whereas Atma is Parinama Sakshi, it is Parinama Rehitaha. Ange moon, inge moon, varapadu parangu. Correcta irukkum. Daniki dini, thedipoyindi vandu parangu. Then, what is the second one? Sarvanvitaha. Sarvanvitaha means what? That which pervades all. Sarvaihi. Anvitaha, anugataha, vyaptaha. So the Atma, as the witness, as the Chaitanyam, it pervades everything. Because we have seen Bhachaham Tena Sarvagaha. That we have to bring in here. Whereas Ahankara is what? Now the second qualification of Ahankara na Parichedaha. Whereas Atma is Sarvanvitaha. Ahankara is Parinama Sahitaha. Atma is Sakshi Parinama Rehitaha. Ahankara is Paricheda Sahitaha. Sakshi is Sarvanvitaha Sarvagataha. And what is the third one? Aham Prayan. Prayan means what? Dear one. Dear. Priya Vishayaha. Object of love. Object of liking. Is called Prayan, means object of liking. Prayan, Prayamsau, Prayamsaha. Okay, what is the implied meaning of it? What do you like? We have already seen in so many contexts that which is the source of joy alone is object of liking. That which is source of joy alone, tat prematmatmartham anyatra naivam anyarthamatmanaha atastat paramam tena paramanandata atmanaha. In Panchadashi, first chapter it was said. Therefore, yad ananda swarupaha tat priya vishayaha. Yad dukkha swarupam tad apriya vishayam, dvesha vishayam. Okay. Therefore, if Atma is priya vishayaha, Atma must be what? Source of Ananda, Ananda Swarupaha. Therefore, the Lakshyartham of Prayan is what? Ananda Swarupaha. That is useful. That is why we are taking Lakshyartham here. So, I am Ananda Swarupaha. What about Ahankarana? Paritapaihi upaplavat. It is full of tapam. So now we can connect each one. Ahankara has got Parinama. Atma as a Sakshi is free from Parinama. Ahankara is Parichinnaha. Sakshi is Sarvanvitaha. Ahankaraha is Dukkha Mayaha. Atma is Ananda Rupaha, not even Mayaha. Ananda Rupaha is Atma. How can Ahankara and Atma be identical? And therefore he said, Sakshi Sarvanvita Preyanaham Hetu Garbham Visheshanam Vishedana. So therefore the Sakshi, which is the Atma, which is of this nature, can never be the Ahankara, which is of the opposite nature. Therefore, how do you connect? Aham na Ahankaraha vilakshanatvat gatavat. Because I am totally off. Vilakshanam means what? Viparitam lakshanam yasya. Ennodu lakshanam vare, Ahankarathanode lakshaname vare. So how can I be Ahankara? Okay, continuing. Supte kamina drishyante dukkha dosha pravrittayaha atastasyaiva samsaraha name samsartru sakshinaha. Now, Atma is different from Ahankara, is being clearly established. So, the continuation of Ahankara topic. The Atma Ahankara yoho bhedaha. The difference between Atma and Ahankara is very clearly pointed out here. And especially it is based upon the third difference. Atma was said to be prayan. Ahankara is said to be paritapaihi upaplavat. Paritapa sahitaha. Ahankara alone has got dukkham. Atma is Ananda Swarupam, he said, but he did not give the logic there. Ahankara has got dukkham, Atma has no dukkham, he said, and that he wants to establish here. And what is the logic? The logic is the well-known Anvaya Vyatireka logic. You know what is Anvaya Vyatireka, isn't it? So when you put a powder in the coffee, coffee becomes sweet. And you don't put that powder, coffee is not sweet. Powder sati madhuram, powder asati churnam, powder ki churnam, okay. Churne sati, it is madhuram. Asati na madhuram. Therefore, churnam, the powder, is the source of sweetness. If you put the powder and it doesn't become sweet, or if you don't put the powder and still it is sweet, then it will not be the cause. Similarly, on analysis we find Jagrat and Swapna avasthayo. In Jagrat avastha and Swapna avastha, Ahankara is there. Jagrat Swapna avasthayoho Ahankaraha asti. Nangara notion irukku. And along with that, what do you find? Dukkhani api. Problems also are there in Jagrata Avastha, waking state, as well as in Swapna Avastha. So we have got Anvayaha. So Ahankara is sorrows are. Sorrow is Sulavanda. Naraya irko. Sorrows are. Ahankara onnuda. But it is capable of having so many varieties. So it is true, there is no vyabhichara dosha at all. Jagravasthayam api ahankaraha vartate, tena saha dukkhani vartante. Swapnavasthayam api ahankarena saha swapna dukkhani vartante. Dukkham vartate. Swapna dukkham va, jagra dukkham va. This is called Anvaya. Anvaya means coexistence, co-presence. Rendu சேர்ந்து இருக்கிறதுக்கு பேரு அன்வயம். அனு ஏதி இது அன்வயः. iyam sita mama suta sahadharma charitava. Like the wife following the husband, Sita சொல்றதே சொல்லலாம். He will always follow you wherever. Similarly, the dukkham also, Ahankara's very devoted wife, wherever Ahankara goes, it goes. Whereas, Sushutyavasthayam, Ahankare asati. Ahankara is not, Dukkhani api nasanti. Everybody is free during deep sleep state. This is called what? Vyatirekaha, the co-absence. So Ahankara is not and Dukkham is not. Or Dukkham is not and Ahankara is not. And therefore what? Ahankaraha eva dukkhena sambaddaha. Ahankara alone has got connection with Dukkham. Okay. Now let us try to apply the same logic with Atma. Suppose Atma is source of sorrow. Atma is source of sorrow. What will happen? Wherever Atma is, the sorrow must be there. And Jagrata Avasthayam, it appears to be true. Because Jagrata Avastha, Anvaya will fit in. Jagrata Avasthayam, Atma asti, sorrow api, dukkhani api nasanti. Atma irukku, dukkhamum paakarom. Dukkam irukku, Atma ille, arkanal doubt irukko. No, even when sorrow is there, Atma is there. Therefore, Atma is there along with Dukkham. Swapnavasthayam also what? Atma is there, sorrow is there. And if you conclude, therefore, Atma is a source of sorrow, what will happen? In Sushupti Avasthayam, Atma is there or not? Sandeham? Sushupti Avasthayam api Atma asti Sushupti Sakshi Rupena Atma asti. And if sorrow belongs to Atma, in Sushupti also you cannot avoid sorrow. Engum Bayi, Emalogatinum Bayi. Therefore, wherever I go, there is a problem. At least Sushupti, I thought I will get out of all these things. In Sushupti also there will be a problem. Therefore, Vyatireka does not work. So, Dukkha Abhave Atma Abhavaha iti na. Dukkha Abhave api Atma asti Sushupti Avasthayam. Dukkham is not there till Atma is there. And therefore, Atma cannot be the source of sorrow. This is the essence of the shloka. Very simple. Supte ahami Dukkha dosha pravrittayaha na. Ahami means ahankare. Aham is here ahankara. When the ahankara is resolved, gone to sleep, has become non-functioning. Ahami sutte sati. When ahankara has gone to sleep, dukkha, dosha, pravrittayaha na drishyante. Dukkham is not there. Dosha is not there. Dosha means what? Raga, dvesha, kama, krodhadi, doshas. And pravrittayaha. Pravrittihi means what? Various pursuits, various activities. So when ahankara has resolved, neither sorrow, nor evil thoughts, nor activities. When ahankara comes, dukkham comes, that also you have to add. Here Vyatireka alone he says. You have to add that also. When ahankara is, dukkha, dosha, pravrittayaha santi. And therefore what? Ataha. Ataha means what? Therefore. Tasyaiva samsaraha. Tasya means what? Ahankarasya eva samsaraha. So samsaraha means what? Dukkha dosha pravrittayaha is put in a simple language. Dukkham, dosham, pravritti, mooname chetana annan. Samsaraha. Therefore, ataha tasyaiva dukkha dosha pravritti rupa samsaraha. And it cannot be name. Name samsaraha. Samsara is not for me. So samsaraha you had to supply twice. Tasya ahankarasya samsaraha asti. Samsaraha na me. It is not for me. What type of me? Samsartru sakshinaha. Who is the sakshi, the witness of? Samsartru means ahankaraha. Samsarati iti samsarta. Trich pratyam. Samsarta, samsartarau, samsartaraha. Samsaratai udayavan is called samsartru here. So samsartru therefore means ahankaraha tasya sakshi. So ahankara sakshinaha chaitanya rupasya mama samsaraha nasti. Therefore aham ahankara bhinnaha. Therefore aham asamsari. Brahmapi asamsari. Tasmat aham brahma. Ella ange chetikana. So therefore I am asamsari. Brahman also is asamsari. And therefore I am Brahman. Okay, we will stop here. Hari. Pravrittayaha atasasyaiva samsaraha name samsartru sakshinaha. From the 8th sloka onwards, the author is pointing out that aham is not the anatma, not the deham, na indriyam, na pranaha, na manaha, na dhihi. Napi ahankaraha. Ahankaraha also is anatma. The subtlest anatma is ahankaraha because it is closest to aham. And the purpose of this topic is this. Purvapakshi says, I am not Brahman only because his I happens to be these anatmas. The Purvapakshi's problem is he has misplaced the I in Deha, Prana, Indriya, Manaha, etc. And because of that alone, he has the Sat-Pratipakshaha. Aham na Brahma Dehatvat, Deha Rupena Parichinnatvat. Aham na Brahma Ahankara Rupena Vikaritvat. Therefore, when I take myself to be these anatmas, I will always consider myself to be a-Brahma. And that is why he is protesting against this author. And therefore the author says, your protest comes out of misplaced I. And really speaking, I am not Deha, not Prana, not Manaha, and lastly, not Ahankara also. Because Ahankara is Parinama, Paricheda, paritapaihi upaplutaha. Whereas aham the Atma is sakshi sarvanvitaha prayancha. And in the 10th shloka, the Anvaya Vitireka was pointed out. When ahankara is, samsara is there, where jagrat swapna avasthayam, in both these avastha, ahankara is sukha dukkhadi ragadveshadi problems also are there. Supte ahami, in the susupti avastha, when ahankara is resolved, then samsara is not there. Therefore samsara belongs to ahankara. Aham is asamsari. Ahankaraha samsari. Aham is asamsari. Okay. So from this we can make two conclusions. Either way you cannot conclude. You can conclude. One conclusion is ahankaraha samsari, aham asamsari, tasmad aham ahankarat bhinnaha. Appadi vechikalam. Shloka can have either of the tatparyam. Aham ahankarat bhinnaha. Kasmad ahankarasya samsaritvat, atmanaha asamsaritvat, samsari ahankaraha, or samsarinaha ahankarat asamsari atma bhinnaha. Viruddha lakshanatvat. Therefore the purpose of this shloka can be taken as differentiating between ahankara and aham. Okay. Or we can take the tatparyam in a different way also. Since ahankari is samsari and aham is asamsari, tasmat aham brahma. Anga chetikala. Aham brahma. So conclusion is aham brahma. How do you conclude? Brahman is asamsari, aham asamsari, tasmat aham brahma. So asamsaritva lakshana sadrishyat. So either way you can conclude. Second I like. Whatever you like you can take. So aham ahankara bhinnaha is one conclusion. Why? Because ahankara is samsari, aham is asamsari. What is the second conclusion? Aham brahma. Why? Because Brahman is asamsari and I also happen to be asamsari, and therefore whether I like or not, I happen to be Brahman. Katham aham na brahma. Okay. That's what we said. Ataha tasyaiva samsaraha, verse number 10. Ataha tasyaiva samsaraha, tasya refers to ahankaraha. Ataha ahankarasya eva samsaraha, na me samsaraha. Me means what? Aham the Atma the Chaitanyam. And what type of me? Samsartru sakshi, hetu garbham visheshanam again. Samsartru sakshitvat asamsarta. Samsartru na ahankarathukku peru samsartru. Because samsarati iti samsarta. And samsartuhu sakshi, samsartru sakshi, ahankara sakshi nartam. So ahankara sakshi, ahankara dinnaha. Up to this we saw. Now, continuing. Supta suptim na janati. Na supte swapna jagarau. Jagrat swapna susupti nam. Saksyato hamatadashaha. Now, in this sloka, what the author points out is that Atma does not have avasthatrayam. Atma avasthatraya rahitaha. Atmaki avasthai onnum kadayadu. Namakku dhaan avasthai. Okay. If Atma does not have avasthatraya, who has avasthatrayam? The author wants to say, ahankaraha has got avasthatrayam. Therefore, ahankaraha eva avasthatraya sahitaha. Sahitaha nanartam ashrayaha nartam. So ahankaraha eva avasthatraya ashrayaha. Atma avasthatraya rahitaha. This is what the conclusion of this sloka is, and this he very, very beautifully arrives at. Really brilliant. Suptaha suptim na janati. Ahankara cannot know sleep. Okay, ahankara cannot know sleep. Suptaha ahankaraha. Ahankaraha apply pannikanam. Suptaha ahankaraha suptim na janati. Suptaha engirathu hetu garbham visheshanam. Suptaha suptim na janati. Ahankara does not know the sleep. Why? Because ahankara is the sleeper. Because ahankara is the sleeper. So therefore, joining together, the sleeper ahankara cannot know the sleep. Because, why he cannot know now? If the sleeper ahankara knows the sleep, he will be doing what now? He awake, kotta kotta mulichindrukana. So if sleeper ahankara knows the sleep, ahankara can no more be a sleeper, he must be awake to sleep. Okay. So if sleeper ahankara cannot know the sleep, and if the sleep is known, there must be a knower different from sleeper ahankara. See the logic. If the sleeper ahankara cannot know the sleep, and at the same time, if sleep is known, If nobody knows this sleep, problem kadayade. We know, the first point is what? Sleep is known. Okay, now 3 step podam puriyum. Sleep is known, first step. And second step is, therefore, we require a knower. Known requires a knower. So sleep is known, and therefore it requires a knower, second step. Third step is, ahankara is not the knower. Parisheshyat arga baki na. Ahankara sakshi chaitanyameva vartate. Therefore, Chaitanyam must be the illuminator of the sleep. We won't call it knower. Illuminator potukanam. Why ella homework? Neenga think panninga. But I will put only Chaitanyam alone is the illuminator of the sleep. Okay. If the Chaitanyam is the illuminator of the sleep, can you say the Chaitanyam is sleeping? If it is sleeping, it can no more know or illuminate. Therefore, Chaitanyam, the illuminator of the sleep, cannot have the sleep. Cannot have the sleep. Night watchman actually. So it is a night watchman. Cannot have the sleep. So, suptehe sakshi na supti ashrayaha. So therefore, the first solid point we established is supti, the sleep does not belong to aham, the Chaitanyam. This is the first important point we have to arrive at. Okay. And you know how we arrived at. Therefore, ahankara cannot know the sleep because ahankara is the sleeper. And if ahankara knows the sleep, ahankara will not be sleeping. And since the sleep is known, and since a knower is required, and since ahankara cannot be the knower, ahankara vilakshana, ahankara sakshi rupa, chaitanyameva suptehe sakshi. And that sakshi chaitanyam must not be sleeping. Suprabhadam is only for ahankara fellow, not for Chaitanya. Okay. And once you establish Atma does not have sleep, rest is very simple. Waking belongs to whom? Aar எழுந்திருக்கணும்? ஆறு தூங்கினாலோ அவதான் எழுந்திருக்கணும். So, waking belongs to the sleeper alone. Waking is required for the sleeper alone. And therefore, if ahankara is the sushupti ashrayaha, the very same ahankara alone must be Jagrat Ashrayaha also. Adha andirkanam. So the one who is the Ashraya of sleep alone must be the Ashraya of waking. That's what they say. Only the one who sleeps can be woken up. The one who pretends to sleep, namatla koandala manualpa. He can never wake up. Therefore, ahankara, the sleeper alone, can be woken up. Therefore, Jagrat also belongs to ahankara. then what about Swapnam? If Sushupti and Jagrat belong to Ahankara, Swapna also belongs to Ahankara. And that is why we have defined the three avasthas before. When Ahankara is completely resting, it is sleep. When Ahankara Ardha Vikasaha, it is half awake, it is called a dream. When it is fully awake, it is called Jagrad Avastha. And therefore, fully sleeping, half awake, and fully awake, all these are conditions of Ahankara. And therefore, Atma cannot have all the three avasthas. Now, if you parang Suptaha Suptim na janati. Suptaha Ahankaraha Suptim na janati. Okay. And from that, next line he jumps. Really, Sridhara Kavi is really brilliant. Suptaha Suptim na janati. And therefore, Yaha Suptim janati sahana Suptaha. See, the sleeper does not know the sleep, and therefore whoever knows the sleep is not the sleeper. And who knows the sleep? The Chaitanyam. And therefore Chaitanyam cannot be the sleeper. And therefore Chaitanyathukku enna peru na? Asuptaha. So Chaitanyam therefore is Asuptaha. Na Suptyashrayaha ityartaha. Suptyavastha rahitaha ityartaha. So Suptaha Suptin na janati. Tasmat yaha suptim na janati sahana suptaha chaitanyameva suptim prakashayati iti krutva chaitanyameva asuptaha. Okay? And if chaitanyam is asuptaha, asupte swapna jagarau nastaha. So asupte chaitanye. Asuptam refers to the true Aham Chaitanyam. So, Asupte Chaitanye, in the sleepless Chaitanyam, in the sleepless Chaitanyam, Swapna Jagarau. So, dream and waking, Nastaha, Saha to be understood. So, inge na janadi illa, na staha. They are not there. All the three are not there, and therefore Atma becomes what? Jagrat Swapna Sushupti Nam Ashrayaha na Atma Parantu Sakshi. The illuminator is the Atma. Therefore he says Jagrat Swapna Sushupti Nam Sakshi. Aham. Therefore, Aham, the Chaitanyam, am the illuminator of the Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. And therefore, Tasmat Atad Dashaha. Atadashaha means I am free from those three states. Okay. Na vidyate taha dashaha yasya saha atadashaha. Tad refers to those three. Dasha stands for the three avasthas. A means free from. I am free from those three dashas. Those three avasthas. Avastha innaka, that's a very avastha, very a word. So what he does is, being a poet, he has got, all words are at fingertips. And therefore avastha he replaces by dasha. And that too Bahuvri he put dasha va dasha harsma vara pannudra. and not there ingirathu oru aava pottutar, and those ingirathu taava potar. Atad dashaha, I am free from those three states. One inch word la mudichutar. That's called mastery of Sanskrit. Really Vidyaranya's elder brother, not even younger brother. So atad dashaha, he is, I am free from those three avasthas. Na vidyate taha dashaha yasya atmanaha saha. Okay. And tasmat kim? Adunala enna? Aham Brahma. Because avastha means it is a state. The moment you say it is a state, it is subject to change. Avatishtati idanim paschadana avasthasyati iti sthanam avastha. Therefore, avastha itself means it is conditioned by time. Any avastha, balya avastha is for a particular time. Yavana avastha is a particular time. So if Atma has got avastha, Atma will